Peddlers are selling all sorts of food, clothing, exotic spices, luxuries such as glass, jewels, and etc. And me, I might just have to spend on some baubles here. Yes, bit of a shopping spree, never hurt anyone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this opportunity to increase relationships with the our new ally, Duke Roger of Gloucester. He isn't teaching anybody anything at the moment in time, so we'll have him teach Grace. Where is she? Gracie, come on, where are you? There we are. She's 13, almost at the end of her education. There we go. And he accepts. So he's teaching Grace, and that increases our relationship. And we still have that alliance going strong, which is marvellous, because hopefully we will be pressing a claim soon. Let's have a look how Scotland's going here, their war. Ah, it looks like the king is winning here. Good news for Scotland, I suppose. And we look back here, and this war seems to have petered out a little bit. There's no action. I haven't seen any sort of sieges going on for a while. It looks like we've hit a stalemate situation. And in a stalemate situation, the advantage goes to the defender. I have to admit, this is a... I've played a few campaigns on this, never played them to any great length of time. I always end up stopping the campaign after about 100 years or so. But I have to say, this is the most peaceful I've seen it. Every time I do a campaign, England are war-torn. A couple of occasions, William the Conqueror captured England, and then King Harold took it from him, and it became Norway. Another son, wow. France is always having trouble with bloody succession crises and things like that. Crises, I suppose, is the correct term. But it's just been peaceful. England is under an iron fist. No trouble at all. France seems to be fairly stable. It's a very peaceful time. Right, we have another son. Can you believe it? An 8th child that we need to name. So, I'll bring out my list of names again. And first on my list, although he's a young child, I might save him for something special. I'm going to call him Henry. We have no Henrys thus far, but we do now. Again, all names that I'm picking have been selected or been suggested by members of my forum. So thank you all. I will get round to your name eventually, if I have enough children, and if all my rulers have the virile nature of Duke George, then we're in for a hell of a ride. So my son Arthur is turning into an arrogant little braggart. Well, to be honest with you, when you have stats like this, you're quick, you're brighter than the rest of the children, I suppose you have bragging rights, I suppose. But I think it's our job to rein him in a little bit. We could allow him to be proud. Tell him pride goeth before a fall, giving him a bit more humility. And again, the holy option, which we're not going to entertain. Right, let me see, what would suit me best here? What would suit me best? Honesty is the best policy, I suppose, and honesty says, well, yes, you have a reason to be proud. You are brighter than the other children. You are special. But please, just maybe read it in a touch. So I think we'll allow him to have the bragging rights. A bit of pride showing in one of my youngest children. He was my youngest son before little Henry came along. Ooh, what's this I spy? Betrothed can marry. Is this my heir? Ambrose Fleming, married to Hermione. I'm going to call her Hermione just because it's like Harry Potter. I don't care how it's pronounced. I'm calling her Hermione, okay? Let's have a look at her stats. 19 martial. Wow, combine her martial with my martial and the martial ability of my counsellor, and state martial under this guy's rule is going to be through the bloody roof. So she's not too shabby, is she really? She's got some good traits. She's a brilliant strategist. I'm a brilliant strategist. She's attractive. I think this could be a marriage made in heaven. What do you think, guys? I think this is definitely prosperous for the future. A family of martial brilliance. Conquering heroes. I can just picture it now. Come on. Here we go! Well, hey, so Ambrose and Hermione have gotten married. We can get cash or we can get prestige. Now, considering we're going to suffer prestige penalties in the future due to landless sons, I think it appropriate that we try and build up on the prestige while we can. He's accepted. She's arrived at my court. And excellent. Excellent indeed. So my eldest son is well on his way into greatness. Ambrose Fleming, 17 years old, married, and all that is left for him to do is have a child. So hopefully his chaste trait won't be too bad. She doesn't have any negative traits to fertility, I don't think. But she does have a strong claim on the Duchy of Normandy, which I think my child will be able to press. I could probably press it for her, on her behalf, actually. If I wanted to I don't think I could press the king. Oh, I could. Independence, depose liege, no. No, I don't think so. You see, we do have a valid casus belli, because my son's wife has a strong claim, but because of the Crown authority, we can't wage war with fellow vassals, so it's one to bear in mind for the future. Now, if he would just fall down some slippery steps, it would be perfect. Somebody kill this kid. Can't believe you can, get away with saying such things. A poor innocent child, and we want him dead. It's the nature of the beast. These times were harsh. Ruthless times, and if killing a child meant that your family prospered and got a new duchy, well, I suppose it's a small price to pay. Anyway, my son William is charitable. He just gave his newest toy to the smith's son. Oh, bless him. He is turning out like a chip off the old block. So, things just begin to develop slowly but surely. The year 1089 of our Lord. 34 years old, Duke George. Can he create the Duchy of Deobath before he passes? Well, that will depend on our flaming Chancellor to get a move on. And another son comes of age, which means more prestige penalties. Yep, 2 landless sons now. We can't get land quick enough. This is one of the... I think this is because of the primogeniture. The primogeniture succession law. It has a massive impact on landless sons, where Gavelkind isn't as bad. So he's getting married to Ida, who is the daughter of the current Duke of Flanders. Now she's coming of age in about 6 years' time, so he just has to wait a little while, but when he does finally get married to little Ida, that secures us another alliance here, taking us to 2. In fact, not taking us to 3, because now my son has married little Hermione, we should have the alliance with the Duke of Normandy. Yep, so we've got 2 alliances going here. So we're building our network of friends. As I say, knowledge is power. but so too our friends in high places. So all is calm once again in England. King William the Conqueror conquers more land. A very successful reign, I might add. My liege. Oh, what's happening here? Right, so yes, a child is born to one of our councillors, and something about some missionary. A religious order known as the Hashashin, somewhere in western Persia, using trickery and guile, this mysterious cult of trained killers has seized control of the mountain fortress of Alamut and converted it into their headquarters. Already a string of violent murders can be traced to Hassan's devoted and fearless disciples. These hashish smokers are harmless, or so you think. Right, I'm just going to bump the speed up to 3 now. We've got a bit of peacetime going on. There's nothing more we can really do. It's a bit of a waiting game. Sometimes this game can do this. When you've got everything in a steady order and you're waiting for your cash to increase, you're waiting for fabricated claims, it just becomes a little bit of a waiting game. So today Ambrose getting a little bit impatient, asking for his own land. Do we give him the county of Fed? Do we give him it? What I might do is I might hold off on giving it to him and ask for your advice. Should I give him it? What are the benefits to giving him this land, or should I keep it for myself and just wait? Because he's going to get it anyway when I bite the dust. But maybe give him something to rule himself so he can build his governorship. I promise to arrange it, which means he will expect a title soon. I can mention a church career, or I can tell him that he's not ready, which he becomes a little bit disappointed. I think I'm going to tell him he's not ready for now, but as I say, maybe after this set of updates is over, I will take take your comments into consideration. Should we give our son the county? Of course, we will still have the Duchy of Cornwall, but we would go down to controlling only one land again, which would slash our income a little bit, effectively taking a step back. Right, let's have a look over at the Holy Roman Empire, see how, I mean the Byzantine Empire, and it seems to be their little war is finished. I don't know what happened there, but they are united once again, although they have still lost that little bit of land to the Turks. Still their empire is mighty. Technology, yep, that's fine. And we have a crusade going on for Jerusalem. Now, I'm not usually one for crusades at the best of times, but when I merely have a few pittance of a levy, I think even less so, I'm going to get involved in crusades. Leave that to my liege. Anyway, William Fleming claims he would be a better chancellor. Now, my current chancellor has had plenty of time to try and fabricate this claim. He's at about 3 years, and has failed miserably. 19 diplomacy, and he claims he's better? He has 22 diplomacy, and he's my son. So as before, what can I say? My children, do my bidding. Goodbye, Berengar. Nice knowing you. No honour here, no sort of friendships here. He claimed the Ved for us, but do we honour him? No, we just kick him to the curb. Right, son? See if you can do a better job in getting us a claim in Glamorgan, please. We've been waiting now for 3 years. As a Duke, I expect big things. Pan calling kettle black, seeing as you have been fabricating claims in Vexing for upwards of 10 years, probably. Hardly want to preach to people about their lack of fabricating skill. Here we go. Something's going awry. Another spy. Another beheading. What is it with spies in my castles here? Yeah, we're still in good standing with our church vassals. Not the best of standings with the Pope. And there's a war going on. I think King William the Conqueror is trying to get in the Pope's good books after being excommunicated. He is still excommunicated, but he's joining the Catholic Crusade. That's a bit strange. Can you join crusades when you're excommunicated? You don't think you could in Total War, but it seems you can here. So King William the Conqueror is going to send the troops down to Jerusalem to try and get in the Pope's good books. We'll see how that fares. I think we should try and follow what's going on here. Ooh. Yes, it's worked because the Pope has lifted the excommunication on the king. In Count William of Maine, his grandchild. Oh, his grandchild's come of age now. Wow. So this is the heir to the Kingdom of England, and he has a good opinion of me already. So if he does pass when George is still alive, people are asking, will George have the same fealty, the same loyalty to the new king as he did to the old? Judging by the relationship bonus, he might have to say yes. Duke of... I don't know why this has come up onto my main messages. Do we know this guy? Somebody's become the new leader of one of the factions. As I say, these factions are just so weak in power, it's not even worth keeping an eye on them. King William has England on lockdown here. No one dares to join any factions against him. People are just quaking in their boots at the prospect of having his mighty fist smashed down into their face. So the ships go, they're sailing off. We can actually track them where they're going. This is good. I've never sort of followed a crusade too closely before because I haven't really had an interest, but now that we have a slight invested interest to see how the king does, King William the Conqueror, we can see how he fares in the battle for Jerusalem here.